So the lesson that I learned was two things. Number one, not always a great idea to follow your passion. I think a lot of times that advice is well intended, but misused and misguided. And the second lesson that I learned is if you're looking at making a change, it doesn't have to be this radical, sweeping change that you go from one industry to the other or completely change what you're doing. Now, it can be if that's what you want, if you need a change of pace and you need a break or whatever, absolutely. But I kind of felt like I was backing myself into a corner without realizing it, that I could have just done something else at another company or the same thing at another company. But the advice that I would give myself and my daughter when she's older, and anybody else that might be struggling with something like this, I think is better than just the lesson. So people will tell you, follow your passion, right? And that sounds great and romantic, and I did, and it's not always all it's cracked up to be. Sometimes it is. So I'm certainly not discouraging anyone from following their passion. However, most of the time, people don't understand what their passion is until later on in life. And that makes sense because how do you know what you really like until you have enough life experience to have tried a handful of things to figure out what you do like? And then oftentimes, once you figure that out, the mistake that I made, which was, okay, I need to go directly into that particular job or that particular industry. So the advice that I would give is to step back and think about why you like those things. Why are you passionate about whatever it is? And for me, it was cooking. And when I think about that, like, yes, I love food, obviously. But besides that, what I really found that was passionate to me about the cooking side was the creativity. Now, I don't fancy myself a creative, but I enjoyed the process of being able to experiment and kind of play around. I also really, really love the idea of just taking a couple of simple ingredients and with some basic technique, just turning onions and garlic and some fresh herbs and some tomatoes into like the best tomato sauce you've ever had, right? So I really liked the idea of the creativity. I like the idea of sort of the simplicity. And I also like the idea of the collaboration. It's really fun when you're talking with someone that likes food or likes movies or whatever it is, the same way that you do. It's just a great free-flowing conversation. And I really liked the idea of collaborating and working as a team. And a kitchen is a team. It's a small team or it's a big team. And everybody has to do their part and everybody feeds off each other, metaphorically and literally. So I really liked that. And I noticed that when I was at my previous careers, the types of work that I also really enjoyed were those same kind of things. I really enjoyed the training aspect of it because I like being able to help people and kind of coach people. I liked the recruiting and the collaborating aspect of it, of being able to work in groups and figure out a problem and everybody kind of pitch in and help out. And I really liked those kinds of things. So if I were to do this all over again, I would say, okay, I know that I really like food, and I know the reasons that I like cooking and that kind of stuff are, I like the creativity, I like the collaboration, I do like the feel good of being able to serve someone and have them enjoy an experience, or have your restaurant be the place where families can go to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries and all that kind of stuff. That's really nice. That's really great to feel. So I like all of those things, but instead of just going and diving headfirst into a line cook job making $9.50 an hour, what if I looked for a career that could have kept my life in normal balance, could have kept my pay in normal balance, and I would look for a job at a company that had those attributes. So my advice to myself back then, and to my daughter, maybe anybody else that needs to hear it, would be think about why you like the things you do, or why you like the things you're passionate about, and see if you can find other opportunities that will lean into those things. Because I also imagine that's probably where each of us feels that our strengths are as well. So that would be my advice.